Howdy folks, welcome to the 3D Sapiens Road Show. I'm your host Dan Davis, and I gotta warn you, this segment right now, this is gonna be the dirtiest, crappiest, like Thomas Crapper, the inventor of the toilet. I'm gonna get potty mouthed, okay? It's gonna be like that, so I gotta warn you. And that's because we're talking about the toilet tent today, because when you're on the go, you gotta go. And when you're in some place like this, there's not necessarily any place around to go, and it's nice to have your own where nobody's going to bother you. So I'm going to walk down to the toilet tent here in a bit. So before I want to do that, I just wanted to intro this thing here. So we're going to be walking down there. First thing to keep in mind, on the road, as the title of one of the books that I have that I like, there's no toilet paper on the road less traveled. So be warned, be prepared. In fact, I'll show you my bathroom bag here in a bit here. Okay, so we're about ready to move here. Let's move. Alright. So, as I said, first things first, the toilet bag, which right now is essentially just a giant reading book bag. Car keys, plastic gloves for cleaning things up, paper towels I use for like seat covers, wiping up things. Of course, a reading book, because talk about a great place to read. And then TP, which, oh, I gotta stock up on because I just ran out. Anyway, I have more in the equipment box over there. That's one of the things that's in there is extra toilet paper. So anyway, but so I would grab my little bag here, and car keys. With my luck, the way things go in my life, if anybody ever came up here, it would be right when I'm down at the toilet, and I would like to have my card locked. So just in case, I lock it. And or also critters, because sometimes if you're gone long enough, critters will get into your stuff. So today we're just going to be walking down there real quick. So anyway, so there's the bathroom bag, and then we're walking. Yes, indeed, and we're talking about poo and pee. Never mind. Okay, so now what the tent consists of, I've talked about this a little bit before. Okay, it's a tent. It's got a couple holes actually just kind of punched through it to help water or anything drain away. But the toilet seat itself, now you can buy these nice ones, although they might take up a bit more space if you don't have an RV with one, of course. But I mean, you can buy toilet seats already made like this. But in keeping with one of the themes of the show, which is starting cheap and starting with whatever you have around, eventually the one thing I bought was a toilet seat. Because as you will see here momentarily, my original toilet seat was a piece of particle board that I cut a hole into. And speaking of the devil, take a bow. Alright, so I'm not going to touch that. But I'm in the process of minimizing things at camp that now that I've kind of done experimenting and figuring out what I need. So I'm getting rid of that thing. I'll be burning it next time I'm here. So I wanted to show it before I do that. Okay, so it's a basic tent. I think 6x6 or something like that. 3-man tent, whatever. 6x7. Okay, there's still some water from all the rain. Somehow got in there, I don't know. But whatever, it'll drain out. Okay, the toilet itself is a folding chair, because it packs up to nothing. Put it in a plastic bag, you don't have to worry about anything. Although you might want to put it on a couple plastic bags. Okay, you'll notice the litter box stuff. That's a great size bucket. It makes a nice little support. And then the toilet seat. And cut a hole into the folding chair. Put the toilet seat on top, and a couple bags at least. I usually put like 2 bags inside the bucket and then underneath the seat at one point, and then another one someplace tucked in behind. You can figure it out however works best for you, but depending on what bags and whatever you're using. But that's the whole idea. That's it. And then when you get ready to go, all you're taking, well, of course the bucket goes in trash or however you're going to get rid of it. The toilet seat can go in a bag, folding chair goes in a bag, tent breaks down into a bag, and the whole thing is about maybe 3 or 4 cubic feet of space that you're taking up. No, not even that. Well, that's including the bucket itself. At any rate, this is the cheapest, easiest way I found. That way, if there's mosquitoes, because right now there isn't mosquitoes, so it's not a problem, but during the summer, mosquitoes will be a problem. And trying to time when to go fertilize a log or something, pass a log or whatever, log on a log. Sorry, I told you this is going to be a dirty show. Anyway, you don't want to have to deal with mosquitoes or flies or somebody, which almost happened to me once, somebody pulling up right as I was taking care of business. So that's another reason for having the tent way down here, so that if somebody does roll up, I can just yell to them, "Hey, I'll be up in a minute," you know, or whatever. But okay. Plus, you don't have to worry about it. And then notice the piles of brush here, which have been placed strategically to block the view. It's not 100% good because you can still see it. Whoops, I'm off the trail. Here's the trail. Okay, because you can still see a little bit of blue from over, say, let's zoom in, zoom. There we go. Okay, so where we are at the campsite, it can be seen slightly, which is, I hope, just enough to keep the critters from messing with it too much when they can see that it's kind of visible. And so far, it's been here like that, pretty much, for, I don't know how many months, 4 months maybe, something like that. I moved it. It was up closer by the car earlier, but I moved it. At any rate, it's been sitting there for about 4 months or so, and no, maybe more than that, 5, 6, I don't know. Anyway, and haven't had any problem. So it works. It's easy to transport, easy to break down, cheap, and when you're traveling in a car, all that's important. So, all right. Well, I think I'm gonna sign off here because we're pretty much back at the campsite. Here's a nice little view here. After the rain, the moss has soaked up the water and looking really good. Alright, okay, so enough of that. Thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Which, by the way, I'm going to be shooting here shortly is the last part of the recreation video, where I'm going to have all the toys out, including BB gun range, including a little mini golf. I'm not sure how much of a course I'm going to set up, but I'll explain that. All the toys, and so you can see how much fun you can also pack in a little car like that one behind me. So, hope you tune into that. But anyway, thanks for tuning into this, and have a great day. See ya.